Shocking news for fans. What is really going on between Yoo Yeonseok and Chae Soobin? Whispers are turning into roars as unexpected sightings, subtle gestures, and cryptic interviews ignite a firestorm of rumors across the K-entertainment world. Are they just friendly co-stars, or is something far deeper unfolding behind the scenes? Could a secret romance be hiding in plain sight? Join Red Carpet Revealed as we dive into the tension, the mystery, and the undeniable chemistry that has everyone asking the same question: is this the beginning of a real-life love story? Let's find out, together. What is really going on between Yoo Yeonseok and Chae Soobin? That question exploded across Korean entertainment forums, social media, and global fan communities after a moment so brief it could have gone unnoticed, had it not been between two of Korea's most beloved stars. It was subtle, a lingering glance during a press event, a momentary touch that could be easily dismissed. Yet, it sent shockwaves through an entire fandom. Because for fans who have watched their recent interactions grow warmer, closer, and somehow more vulnerable, this didn't feel like acting. This felt real. It all began quietly, like most unforgettable stories do, when Yoo Yeonseok and Chae Soobin were first announced as co-stars in a highly anticipated melodrama. Industry insiders buzzed about the pairing. He, a seasoned actor known for his deep emotional gravitas and steady gaze. She, a rising star with radiant warmth and a smile that could melt tension in any room. From the first table read, those in the room noted the energy between them. A subtle ease. A kind of rhythm that didn't need rehearsal. At first, it was chalked up to professionalism. But the camera doesn't lie, and neither do millions of viewers who noticed something stirring beneath the surface. As the drama aired, critics praised their undeniable chemistry. In emotional scenes, their performances shimmered with raw intensity. In lighter moments, banter felt effortless. Behind-the-scenes clips added fuel to the fire. In one now viral video, Yoo Yeonseok laughs mid-scene after Chae Soobin accidentally fumbles a line. She covers her face, embarrassed. But he gently pulls her hand away and whispers something that makes her smile. The way she looked at him, soft, unguarded, didn't go unnoticed. Fans began compiling evidence. Matching outfits on different days. Similar captions on Instagram. Hours apart. In one interview, when asked to describe her ideal type, Chae Soobin looked directly at Yeon-seok, paused, and said with a playful smile, "Someone calm, thoughtful, who makes me laugh without trying." He didn't respond. He just smiled. The kind of smile that holds more meaning than 1,000 words. Still, nothing was confirmed. Nothing was denied. Their agencies remained tight-lipped, dismissing questions with polite professionalism. They have a great working relationship, one representative said. They are close due to filming schedules. It was the kind of answer that solves nothing, and invites everything. Then came the press conference. It was supposed to be routine. A promotional event for the finale of their drama. Cameras, reporters, fans, it was all part of the machine. But midway through, when asked how their relationship evolved throughout filming, something happened. Yoo Yeonseok glanced at Chae Soobin for just a second too long. She looked down, smiled shyly, and then looked back at him. The moment passed quickly. But not quickly enough. That evening, screenshots of their expressions flooded the internet. "They're in love," one fan tweeted. "Fake that," another replied. "This is exactly how my brother looked at his wife before proposing." It was romantic speculation at its finest, fueled by the intoxicating blend of hope and curiosity. Over the following weeks, the buzz refused to die down. Entertainment programs dissected their body language. Popular YouTubers created entire video essays with slow-motion analysis. Some fans even speculated that the drama's plot had been changed to match their real-life connection, though no writers confirmed such rumors. Things reached a fever pitch when the two were reportedly seen at a quiet cafe in Jeju Island. The photo wasn't clear. The lighting was poor. But two figures, wearing masks and hats, seemed to resemble them. The timing matched a break in their filming schedules. And that was enough for fans to believe. The hashtags Yeonseok Yeonbin Israel began trending across Korean and international platforms. Theories poured in. They took a secret vacation. They met each other's parents. They're already engaged. Others argued it was all coincidence, fueled by overzealous fans and strategic marketing. Still, something about this particular rumor wouldn't go away. Chae Soobin's next public appearance did little to help. She arrived at an awards ceremony wearing a delicate silver ring on her right hand. Not the traditional engagement finger, but not invisible, either. When asked about it, she simply laughed and said, "I like things that sparkle." Yet her smile faltered, just slightly. Cameras caught the way her fingers played with the ring throughout the night. Yoo Yeonseok, too, kept the fire burning, intentionally or not. In an interview with a popular magazine, he was asked what kind of woman he admires. His response was carefully crafted but telling. Someone who listens. Someone who has depth behind her eyes. Someone who feels like home. The interviewer pressed for more, asking if such a woman existed in his life. He paused, then said, "Maybe. But some things are better unspoken." Like pouring gasoline on an already raging flame. Reddit threads exploded with translations and interpretations. Fans debated the meaning of unspoken. Some claimed it was his way of protecting her. Others said it was a soft confirmation. Some skeptics rolled their eyes, insisting it was all orchestrated to boost ratings or social engagement. But not everything can be manufactured. Every look, not every breath. One moment in particular became the subject of endless speculation. At the wrap party of their drama, while the cast mingled and took photos, someone posted a candid video to TikTok. In it, Yoo Yeonseok and Chae Soobins stand side by side. Crowd is loud. Music plays. But for a few seconds, just the two of them. He leans in. She listens. She laughs. He smiles. Then, he gently tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. It's a simple gesture. Innocent, even. But the comment section below the video tells a different story. This isn't acting anymore. Looks at her like she's the only person in the room. My heart can't handle this if it's real. Neither star addressed a video publicly. No statements. No denials. Just a widening silence that began to feel intentional. What made everything more intriguing was how carefully both Yoo Yeonseok and Chae Soobin maintained their boundaries. No scandalous behavior. Obvious slip-ups. Just moments, real or imagined, that felt intimate enough to believe. Professionalism never wavered. They promoted their drama with grace. They thanked fans with humility. And yet, the emotional tension that crackled between them refused to dim. Entertainment insiders began to speak, anonymously, of course. One stylist who worked closely with both actors during filming claimed they didn't need direction in romantic scenes. It was already there. Another crew member said, could feel it on set. Even when they weren't shooting, they stayed near each other. It wasn't flirty, it was quiet. Comfortable. Perhaps the most telling insight came from a journalist who'd interviewed both of them separately. They deflect personal questions with such care, she said. It's almost like they've made a pact to protect whatever this is, no matter what. It wouldn't be the first time two stars chose secrecy over spectacle. The Korean entertainment world is notoriously unforgiving when it comes to celebrity relationships. Privacy is hard-won and easily shattered. Scandals can derail careers, split fandoms, and invite a storm of invasive speculation. Maybe that's why, if there's something happening between Yoo Yeonseok and Chae Soobin, chosen silence over statement. Still, that silence is louder than ever. And fans? They're listening, closer than ever. As part one of this unfolding story comes to a close, questions remain. Is this a romance hiding in plain sight? Is it just a projection of a hopeful fanbase? Or is it something deeper, something neither of them is ready to share with the world? One thing is clear, this isn't just about a drama. This is about two people whose story might be much more than what's written in a script. And if that story continues, become one of the most unforgettable romances Korean entertainment has ever seen. The silence between Yoo Yeonseok and Chae Soobin was starting to feel less like discretion and more like protection of something fragile. Looming quietly behind the scenes, far from the noise of gossip columns and flashing lights. And yet, the harder they tried to stay under the radar, the louder the speculation became. A fresh wave of rumors began after an anonymous post surfaced on a private community board known for leaking celebrity news. The post claimed that during the filming of a commercial shoot unrelated to their drama, Yoo Yeonseok had been seen dropping off Chae Soobin late at night. The source wrote, he waited in the car for almost 15 minutes after she went inside. Like he didn't want to leave. Verified. The comment thread spiraled into digital wildfire. Within hours. It was like he didn't want to leave an Yeonbin moment, trended across multiple fan forums. Still, their agencies said nothing. Perhaps what made this story more compelling was how real it felt. There were no paparazzi photos of stolen kisses. No grainy videos of club outings or airport meetups. Just subtle glances. Mirrored schedules. Intimacy that couldn't quite be explained away. It wasn't the tabloid version of love, it was the kind that grew in quiet spaces, in side glances, in half-finished sentences. The kind that doesn't need to be loud to be true. Fans began referring to them with a portmanteau nickname, Yeon-bin, and a quiet fan movement started to form. Twitter accounts dedicated solely to tracking their public appearances began posting side-by-side screenshots. Instagram edits with romantic background music filled reels and stories. TikTok creators began narrating evidence threads like K-drama storytellers themselves, pulling apart every moment they could find for clues. Not everyone was convinced. Some fans warned against shipping real people. Others reminded the community how difficult it was for celebrities to maintain relationships under such pressure. One top comment read, "What if it's real and we ruin it by forcing them to reveal it?" That idea, the fear of breaking something precious by looking too closely, hung in the air like an unspoken truth. Then came a new twist, a blurry image leaked from what was said to be a dinner gathering with close friends. In it, several people sat around a table. Heads turned away from the camera, but two figures stood out. One man, one woman. Seated beside each other. Shoulders touching slightly. The woman's laugh was visible even through the grain. And the man? He was turned just enough for fans to recognize the signature curve of Yoo Yeonseok's jawline. Within minutes, side-by-side comparisons of past images were posted online, accompanied by bold captions like "It's them. It has to be." The photo was taken down within hours, but not before it had been screenshotted and shared across every corner of the internet. Suddenly, there was a shift. And just fans who were watching. Industry insiders began dropping hints. A stylist for a major fashion label mentioned offhandedly in an interview, "There's a couple I'm rooting for quietly. Know how to keep things grounded, even with the whole world watching." When asked for names, she only smiled. Then a variety show host, known for his playful attitude and insider knowledge, made a comment during a live taping, "Let's just say a certain actor with the initials YYS. Spending a lot more time near a very elegant Soo-bin these days." The audience erupted. The clip was edited out before broadcast, but not before fans who attended the taping leaked the moment online. At this point, the narrative was no longer in their control. But instead of issuing a denial, Yoo Yeonseok and Chae Soobins responded with more silence. And in a strange way, that silence became its own kind of answer. It allowed fans to dream, to believe, to feel part of something unfolding in real time. At a charity event weeks later, both actors were invited as separate ambassadors. They arrived separately, posed for photos apart, participated in their scheduled duties. But as they exited, a few eagle-eyed fans noticed that their cars were parked side by side. That Yoo Yeonseok paused before getting in, looked over to Chae Soobins' vehicle, and offered the faintest smile, one that only someone watching closely would have seen. Another fan claimed to have overheard Chae Soobin thanking a staff member for helping Yeon-seok Oppa earlier in the day. Term of affection. Casual, yes, but intimate in its own way. The fanbase exploded again. This time, hashtags like "Let Them Love" and Yeon-bin Israel were appearing across Twitter and Instagram. Even those who weren't initially invested in the couple found themselves drawn to the slow-burn drama unfolding outside of scripts and sound stages. It wasn't just about celebrities anymore. About the possibility of something genuine existing within the most public, pressurized of worlds. Then something even more emotional happened. An anonymous fan wrote an open letter on a blog that soon went viral across Korean media. The title, "To the Two People Who Taught Me That Love Doesn't Need to Be Loud," the writer, who identified herself as someone struggling with her own hidden relationship, said that watching Yeon-seok and Soo-bin navigate their unconfirmed but undeniable connection gave her hope. "They remind me that love can live unrestrained," she wrote. "That it doesn't need to be announced to be real. That sometimes the deepest affections are the ones protected in silence." The post was shared thousands of times. Even some industry professionals reposted it with cryptic hearts and flowers. Fans began to rally behind the couple, not to demand a confession, but to support whatever path they chose. Became less about are they dating, and more about if they are, let's not break it. Still, The question lingered. Were they together? Then, finally, an unexpected interview turned everything on its head. During a radio show appearance, Yeon-seok was asked, almost teasingly, whether there was a special someone in his life. For a moment, he laughed, his usual smooth response ready. He paused, and instead of deflecting, he said this. Someone I care about deeply. She's someone I want to protect. So I'll leave it at that. No confirmation. But everything in his voice, its warmth, its conviction, felt like a quiet declaration. 3 days later, Chae Soobins appeared at a fashion event. She wore a classic black dress, hair pulled back in soft waves. She looked composed, radiant. As she posed for photographers, a reporter off camera asked, "Is there anything you want to say to your fans who are supporting your love life?" She looked directly into the lens, smiled gently, and replied, "Thank you for understanding that some things are beautiful, because they're kept close." It wasn't a yes, but it wasn't a no. And that, for many, was enough. Today, the buzz around Yoo Yeonseok and Chae Soobins still hums in the background of every appearance they make. Whether they're together or not, they'll ever confirm it or continue walking the quiet road they've chosen, it doesn't matter as much anymore. What they've created, intentionally or not, is a modern-day love story defined by respect, mystery, and undeniable connection. In a world addicted to declarations, they chose dignity. In a culture driven by exposure, they chose intimacy. And in an industry that often burns the softest things, they chose, perhaps, each other. Whatever the truth is between them, it is theirs. And maybe that's the real romance. If this story moved you, inspired you, or simply made your heart race, don't forget to subscribe to Red Carpet Revealed for more exclusive stories, hidden truths, and emotional deep dives into the lives of your favorite stars. That follow button, leave a comment, and join the conversation, because the story never ends here. Till next time, stay curious, stay kind. And remember, not all love stories need to be confirmed to be real. See you soon on Red Carpet Revealed.